Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So in this one here, I really wanted to focus on the trailer that we got yesterday, and I wanted to focus on the Wall of the Lost and a few other things, but primarily that, just because I like yesterday I broke down everything. In this video, I really want to just kind of get into what we see here, because this is confirmation that we are getting this storyline. Like, we actually see the Wall of the Lost in the trailer that came out yesterday, and if you know the comic, then you know an exciting moment is about to happen, and this is big. I mean, actually officially seeing the Wall of the Lost. I mean, you can zoom into all these photos. Like, that's the thing. If there's any type of photo here, anything, I mean, I don't know if we're going to, like, if you actually zoom in on it, it's really, really hard to make out anything. Like, this far away, it is just impossible. And honestly, like, I feel like they most likely know that. And so releasing this trailer, they might have, like, blurred out a photo just so it doesn't give away any type of storyline, right? So I'm just, at this point, I'm like, it's a lot to kind of read into here. Unless you guys see something, let me know. But I'm zooming in, I'm looking at all this, and it is like really impossible to really see anything here. So I don't see any of our characters here as of now. And so, I mean, it could literally be a photo underneath a photo, right? Like, there could be that many people here. So anyways, before we go any further, obviously I do have to warn you for some spoilers, I guess, for the final season in terms of what that trailer yesterday released. And if you are new here, make sure to hit subscribe if you want more Walking Dead content like this. I also wanted to mention one thing here, just because it did happen yesterday, and that is that World Beyond finished filming, which is really exciting. So World Beyond Season 2 has officially finished filming yesterday, and that means that that show is wrapped up and done. It is completed. That trailer for Season 2 is likely being worked on right now and will be released at Comic-Con. Honestly, at Comic-Con, we are likely going to get all three trailers for The Walking Dead final season, Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, and World Beyond Season 2. I think the likely release date is going to be October again. They're airing 8 episodes of The Walking Dead's final season part 1 starting in August 22nd. And I don't think August 22nd is going to be the 2-part premiere. Like, it's a 2-part premiere. What I mean is that I don't think 2 episodes are airing that day. I think it's still going to be like the first part will air August 22nd, the second part will air on August 29th. And so if you actually follow it, the 3rd episode is September 5th, and then 4th, 12th, and then it leads up to October 10th. Which means that they are likely going to have Fear the Walking Dead Season 7's premiere airing on October 10th, or it's going to be on the 17th. It's going to be around there, and then that's usually 8 episodes. That'll take us into usually late November, early December. And last year, they tested it, and I'm guessing that somehow the ratings were probably working out really well, but they had World Beyond and Fear the Walking Dead airing on the same night, just back to back, and it seemed like it worked really well. I remember it being really weird to review, and I actually don't know if I reviewed both shows that same night. I think I might have only reviewed like one and reviewed the other one the day after, so definitely this year I will be reviewing both of them the night of, and I'll have them both up and finished. If I watch the episodes early anyways, I'll have them done by the time the episode's over. But that is exciting. So World Beyond, it's 10 episodes. Say that it starts on October 17th. Like, say they actually want to start it then. Or say, you know what, let's just go October 10th. So 10 weeks from there, 17th, 24th, 31st, that's the 4 week, that's the episode 4. And you go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 is December 12th. So December 12th of this year, or December 19th, yeah, you know what, I think it's going to be the 12th. They usually don't air episodes that closer to Christmas. I think December 12th is going to be the end of World Beyond, around there. And so that really takes us until the end of the year, literally. I mean, basically right now we're talking about all these Thursday reveals. We have Comic-Con coming up in like a little over 3 weeks. And that leads us to the final season. And from there, I mean, there's Walking Dead content literally all the way until Christmas. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. And then we have that little break there for January. And then February comes around. And then the Walking Dead part 2 final season comes back. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to mention all that because World Beyond finishing filming it is really awesome. Like, we are now going to get some of the Rick Grimes reveals that we want. There's probably going to be some things that we don't get, but they are going to reveal some stuff, because I do think the pressure is on. Like, they have to prove that there was a point in the show. And I think if they reveal some really cool stuff, then yeah, there was a point in the show, right? Anyways, let's talk about the Wall of the Lost here. So when you actually look at these photos here, first of all, on top here, it does say that flag for expedited assessment and admittance to the Commonwealth. So like I said in yesterday's video, first mention of the Commonwealth right here, so it proves that they are sticking with the name. I know they most likely were, but like they never actually said the Commonwealth yet, so like we had no idea, right? It's pretty obvious, but yeah, anyways, that's confirmation right there. What this means here, what the Wall of the Lost means, is that anyone that shows up to the Commonwealth, if their photograph is on this wall, then they most likely have someone, a relative or someone that they know inside the Commonwealth. And so there's some type of relation there, right? That's why it says flagged for expedited assessment and admittance into the Commonwealth. So that means that that person is going to go through that process of being accepted into the Commonwealth a lot faster. And that's what happens in the comic. We have Michonne. She sees a picture of herself on there because her daughter's already in. And so she gets through that whole thing pretty fast. She actually goes in and goes to see her daughter right away. It's a big storyline. She had no idea that her daughter was alive. And so, you know, that's the big question now here is which one of the 4 characters are going to find people here and have it be that big of a shocking moment, because like that is an important part of the story here. We see like what it says here on top, like if your photograph is on here, you're going to have this expedited assessment. You're going to go through the process of getting accepted into the Commonwealth quickly. This storyline only exists really so that they can actually do that with one of the characters, right? Otherwise, there's no point in actually having this here. If the Wall of the Lost literally is just there because it's like a part of the comic, it's something that, you know, if people do see their picture, this and that, and they can get through quickly, then like, no, it's there for a reason. And now you just got to ask yourself, which one of the 4 characters are going to be on here? There's Ezekiel, Yumiko, Princess, and Eugene. Now, I don't think it's going to be Princess because she doesn't really have, I don't know, like I like Princess, but like if she found someone that she knew, that's not that exciting. Like, I don't really care too much. Now you have Eugene, Ezekiel, and Yumiko. I don't know about Eugene because I don't know if he's really had any previous family members. And also, I'm pretty sure Eugene is going to make his way back to Alexandria later on. And whoever this character is that's going to have this Wall of the Lost storyline is not going to return to Alexandria. And so is it going to be Ezekiel? I don't think so. I'm leaning more on Yumiko because there's a lot about her backstory that we don't know. And the thing is, if it is Yumiko, it isn't going to be as exciting. Like in the comic, it happened to Michonne. Michonne's a big character, so when that moment happened, I mean, it was shocking as hell. And for it to happen to Yumiko, I mean, people like her, but she's not like a core cast member, right? She's not an original character, so it's not going to be as big of a moment. But you still have to do the storyline. And so because we don't have Michonne on the show, it makes sense that you would handle it this way. And I still think it's going to be exciting. I think it still would be really cool. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. I mean, to be honest, this makes a lot of sense that the photos are going to be in an area like this. I mean, it looks like there is a roof to this, and that there's not a lot of wind that comes on here, because like in the comic, it's like this like board. It's like on a billboard outside. All these photos are. It's not a billboard, but like you know what I mean. And there's like all these photographs on there, and I'm like, you know what? On a windy day, on a stormy day, these photos are just flying off that. It makes a lot more sense that there's probably not a lot of wind in this area. So yeah, the maybe some pictures like fly off, but like I think this looks right. Like this makes a lot of sense. And so I really can't wait to see what this is going to be though. Like this reveal is coming in episode 1 or 2 for sure. This is the big thing that really brings the characters into the Commonwealth, that actually makes them go there and want to learn more about it. It's one of the characters learning about that. And right now I really am just leaning on Yumiko, but we'll have to wait and see. Like it could literally be someone in Alexandria, right? Like it is very possible that one of the characters know someone on there. Maybe it's a picture of Daryl. I mean, it's most likely not going to be, but maybe it's a picture of someone like that. And then they know who that is. Like, they're like, oh, that's a picture of Daryl or Maggie or whoever. And then they go to the Commonwealth to tell them that, like, like we know who that is. He's our friend, or he or she's our friend, right? So yeah, I mean, that's likely going to be the storyline with that there. Like, my prediction, honestly, is that in episode 1, we're going to get a lot of these shots here of Mercer in the Commonwealth, interviewing them and wanting to know more about them. And then in episode 2, that's where we're actually going to get this Wall of the Lost storyline. It's probably going to be a cliffhanger at the end of episode 2. And then, yeah, I mean, all through it, we're going to be dealing with the Reapers. And like the Reapers just look terrifying. And I don't really know what to expect from the group in terms of how big of a threat they are, because they don't really have a lot of weapons, and they look different than the Reaper did in the bonus episodes. Like that Reaper had more like camouflage gear on, and maybe they're wearing this dark colored clothing right now is because it's nighttime, right? Like maybe they do have a lot of resources, and so that's the reason why. But if you look at their weapons here, there's no rifles, there's no like guns that I can see anyways. And that other Reaper had a bunch of stuff like that. And that's what made him really scary to begin with, was seeing all of that. Like that, he looked terrifying. How he was sniping them out from so far and he just knew where everyone was. Like he was very trained and skilled. Like that is someone you don't want to deal with. And so maybe he was just the only one and this group here is just something different. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be the storylines for the first part, is being introduced to the Commonwealth, learning all about the Commonwealth and seeing more stuff there. And then the Reaper storyline, and I guess some of the Negan stuff and all of that. So I'm excited. I really can't wait to get the trailer here. I do want to know what you guys think the Thursday reveal is going to be this Thursday, because it's coming up in 2 days. And so obviously, if you are new here, make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get my video on that when it does drop. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.